Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your support. This is the daily forecast for Monday, January 18th. It is not solely set for that date. It is a timeless reading. It's for the highest good of the greater collective. Therefore, when you see it is when you're supposed to see it. You have to trust that. If you're watching this on the date that's not January 18th, it doesn't matter. You can still watch the video and hopefully get insight or support from it. If things don't match up or don't make sense in your life, that's okay. It doesn't mean anything's wrong or broken. It just might mean that you're working on something different at this time than the majority of viewers who will see this video. It is a broad spectrum reading, therefore I speak in broad terms. You need to figure out where it fits in your life. It is up to you. You are the captain of your ship, as they say. So you need to figure out where it best fits in your life and apply it in the best way that suits you, to your highest good. Always use your own highest intelligence and intuition when making your decisions in your life. If you watch any of my videos and decide to make decisions in your personal life from any of the things that I say in my videos, know that those decisions that you make are solely your responsibility. And so never take anything I say over, your own intuition or anything like that. Also, never take anything I say over the advice or suggestions of a professional in their field, like a doctor, lawyer, or therapist. It's kind of important. You don't want to replace their information with mine, okay? Always, you be the decision maker. Allow these videos to sort of empower you and support you, but not necessarily make the decisions for you. So let's get into the cards and see what's going on. Excuse me. What do we need to know? All right, we have that world back. So she showed up in yesterday's forecast. She's the end of the fool's journey. To me, this is about clear endings and new beginnings. This is also about sort of the way that I see it it's about like sort of reaping the rewards of hard work put in, right? In the sense that we've kind of gone along the journey. We've learned everything that we need to. We've gotten, hopefully, everything out of, everything out of the experience, whatever that may be, right? It usually indicates success, completions, feeling sort of whole. I was yesterday, when I was doing this reading, I was definitely feeling sort of like exalted was the word that kept coming up. I don't feel that as much today. To me today, I kind of feel like what I'm looking at here, what I feel like the focus is again, it's on this naked woman, right? But I feel like we're placing ourselves in the midst or in the middle of our perspective, of our focus, instead of being focused maybe on, I don't know, things outside of us, maybe people or situations that we can't control. We need to look at maybe our part in things, how we can best, maneuver through a situation or work with a person that might be giving us issue. But the thing is that with this world card, I feel like we will do it sort of successfully. We may have to learn a little bit along the way, right? That's the vulnerability that we see in her, just sort of being there, naked, but I do think that we have the capacity to learn. This is major arcana, right? So to me, this is a significant shift in maybe where we're placing our focus, right? I feel like the focus is on this central figure in the center, this being my viewer or whoever's watching this right now. We want to take ourselves and be gentle with ourselves, but also and that's also the nudity that I feel in this card. It's about like holding ourselves with care, with priority, right? But also honoring ourselves, right? In the work that we've done, in the experiences that we've gone through, good and bad, right? It's not just all about heralding where we've been successful. We also need to honor and accept where we maybe where we have felt as though maybe we've failed or didn't quite work out the way we had planned. It all sort of serves a purpose. And I feel like this world card, in the sense that to me, it represents the completion of the Fool's Journey. It's like we can see from a broader perspective why things played out the way that they did. So ideally, if we're taking that sort of more broader worldview in the sense of ourselves and maybe our situation, hopefully we're feeling more fulfilled, we're feeling more accepting of ourselves, honoring of ourselves. And to me, this feels like the focus is definitely on us. The reason also why I say that is, remember yesterday's cards, we had that Nine of Pentacles underneath this, which she is like sort of that focus of independence. So to me, excuse me, this World card, when you place the Nine of Pentacles underneath this, it's about putting ourselves first and foremost and really honoring that as best we can. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting from that. And when we do that, we sort of reap the benefits, right? We put ourselves in more into alignment, not only with ourselves, but also in essence with the what's going on around us. Now, that doesn't mean that there's not going to be problems, right? That doesn't necessarily mean that everything's going to run smoothly. But we're going to be able to move more smoothly through these situations, is my feeling, as I look at this card. I think that this is a significant shift in how we're holding ourselves in our world, and hopefully that's the case. So let's look at the clarifiers really quick. So we have the Five of Swords. We have this Ace of Pentacles, which we saw. Let me stop there really quick because I want to address this Five of Swords. I believe the Five of Swords showed up at the end of the week, yesterday in the weekly, right? To me, what this is about is if you look at the Five of Swords, fives are about change. And this is about battle to me when I see this. And it's about sort of maybe being defeated or a win that maybe came at a cost, right? So like this guy has won, but he's sort of maybe lost his compatriots or his friends or his, he's still alone in his winning. It's like a sort of a heartfelt win. And what I feel like is what I'm getting from this today is today might be the day we're not necessarily, how do I want to say this? It's like we are the winner in a sense, right? We've maybe won the battle through walking away. I feel like we are both not only the man holding the swords, but also the gentlemen that are walking away from the fight. Like we're no longer giving in to fighting with sort of resisting life or situations or people that, maybe perturb us or give us aggravation, right? To me, there's an ease with the world. There's a vulnerability with the world. We're protecting ourselves. We're taking care of ourselves. And when we turn that energy in on ourselves, and we sort of, again, back to that word exalted, when we lift ourselves up in a way, right, or exalt ourselves to who we are and honor just exactly who we are in any given moment, good and bad, light and dark, flaws and all, full and complete, the whole person that we are, we can sort of honor and step away from things where we maybe don't act out on our best behavior or where we engage in things that maybe bring us more misery or upset. And I feel like this Five of Swords is saying to us, okay, it's time to stop and walk away, right? Yes, and in stopping and walking away, even if we don't feel as though we've maybe verbally or mentally or whatever have won or succeeded in the situation, it's not necessarily a loss. That's the thing with the gentleman that's standing there still holding the swords. It's sort of like a heartfelt win in a way because we've evolved in some way by no longer engaging, by placing ourselves first, by not doing the same sort of, having the same buttons pushed or pushing others' buttons in the same way, if that makes sense, right? We're releasing it. And ideally, the change that comes with that will open us up, lift us up, change us in some way, in a significant way, i.e. this World card, right? And it ends some chapters and opens new chapters. We have that giant victory wreath around her in the sense that there is like sort of maybe a evolution, a graduation, some sort of shift or change maybe in our perception or how we treat ourselves, how we treat others, that will bring us more positivity and more opportunity. And the reason why I say that is because we have this Ace of Pentacles here. And again, that's another one that we saw, I believe, yesterday. It's about new inroads. It's about new opportunities. Pentacles being the element of earth and uh, uh, material wealth, right? It can be finances. It can be a new job. It can be something as simple and obvious as that. It can also just be a better way of living, right? How we move through our day-to-day world, how we treat others. These would be new perspective shifts, new ideas coming out of nowhere that are exciting, that are make us happy, that lift us up versus weigh us down. And I think with that Five of Swords, we've been weighed down for a little while. Maybe it was 2020 that weighed us down. Certainly it affected all of us, but it could be a very specific situation. It doesn't have to be something as broad as last year. But whatever that is, it feels like there's a transformation taking place as we work hard at transforming ourselves, like putting in that effort, right? That's the opportunity that the Ace of Pentacles brings. Now, the next card, again, Major Arcana, is the Strength card. I love this. This is the sign of Leo. This is the card that actually fell out of the deck yesterday during the weekly. She jumped out of the deck, so she's here, and I kind of feel like that's why she showed up yesterday. Usually my cards don't necessarily always jump out of the deck like it did yesterday, and I'm glad that I called her out when she fell to the floor because you guys didn't see it on camera. But I feel like this is her prefacing, yesterday was her prefacing her arrival for today. The strength is the energy of Leo and that of fire, taking action, right? But also sometimes we can just stand in our strength and be strong, and that is an action, right? And what I mean by strong is, yes, we're talking about physically strong or mentally strong, emotionally strong. Each one of you is going to be practicing maybe a different type of strength depending on the situation that you're dealing with. But what I want you to understand with this World card is it feels like whatever that strength is that you're practicing or wherever you're utilizing it within a situation, i.e., whatever your Five of Swords may be, you're opening up new doors or new levels to said strength, right? New understanding. I look at that infinity symbol above her head. And so it feels to me like our awareness, our wisdom, our belief in self has the power to sort of grow this week. We see two major arcanas out of 4 cards in today's day, and I know that we saw a lot of major arcanas yesterday in the weekly. I feel like this is going to be a significant week for the majority of us, but the significance, I feel like, thinking about yesterday's cards and today's cards, these cards here, is that the shift is within us. The focus is on us this week. The focus is on what can we do, how can we change, where can we evolve to better suit ourselves, right? And ultimately to become stronger, to become more adept, to become, Leo is a wonderful sort of generous kind of jovial, loving sign, right? The energy of Leo and the lion, right? They're the king of the jungle. They're on top of the world. And we see the World card here, right? These two blended together feel empowered. They feel beautiful. They feel wonderful. I think we have to go, that Five of Swords says to me, we have to maybe let go of something, some sort of bitter win or some sort of bitter, maybe not bitter for us even. It might be bitter for others around us, but we have to maybe step away or back off of it, so that we can open the door to the newness that the World, the Strength card, and the Ace of Pentacles brings to us. And it really is, I think, significant and beautiful if we're open to it. Let's look at the grounding stone. Oh, you know what? I think I threw yesterday's grounding stone in the bag again by accident. What was it? I don't even remember. Girl, who am I? Let me look here. What was it? I know it was on Obsidian. Truth, our truth, yes. So if we see truth again, we'll pull a different grounding stone. Okay, well that's broken, that grounding stone. Oh no, well that's gotta go in the garbage. I dropped the bag on the, Okay, so this is last week's grounding stone, I believe, or we just recently saw this for the week, and it is success. grounding in this idea of success. And I'm not talking just, I mean, yes, there could be financial success. We see that in the Ace of Pentacles, or certainly new opportunities to achieve that financial success. We also see that with the World card. It's like completions and maybe possibly new beginnings. The Strength card will get us there, but we might have to walk away from situations that no longer serve us or that engage us in ways that are beneath us. But I will say this, the success stone to me is also, success is not always monetary. Success is not always, how do we feel emotionally successful? How do we feel mentally successful? Where do we give ourselves that? Like when and how often? These are questions that I would want to ask myself during this day, and that I would maybe want to ground my focus into, where I can look to the small successes, right? Where I can look to the, even if that's all I have to look to, right, is the small successes. Taking those and making those my focus will also help to shift us and to open up the doors for these new opportunities to, also build upon the strength that we see in the Strength card, the opportunity to kind of have that relationship with ourselves and our own inner strength will give us the opportunity to move faster towards whatever that success may be for us as we honor the successes that already exist in our world, right? I hope that makes sense, you guys. And I really think that this is a beautiful reading, and I really think that this is a powerful week. We will see how it plays out for you guys. I would love to hear comments. Please let me know. Feel free to hit the thumbs up button. It helps me greatly. And subscribe to the channel if you feel so inclined. I will see you guys tomorrow as we watch this energy build. And have a great day. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care. Bye-bye.